Alright, here we go. I'm off, day one. Let's go get some mountains.
Once again, summer has arrived, and it's time to pack up my car and head north to visit the fam. But this year, I finally have a new bike coming with me, and it goes by the name of the YT Jeffsy. And I'm going to put him to the test as we go up and down the East Coast riding some of the best mountain bike trails the East Coast has to offer. Over the next 6 weeks, I'll travel over 5,000 miles, take 16 bike rides, visit 6 natural cross-country parks, and 7 downhill parks. And if you've ever ridden downhill before, you know it's all about going fast and having fun. The next series of videos will cover my road trip and mountain bike adventures, where I discovered new places and also really leveled up as a rider.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is my summer road trip. And I have to say, it was pretty awesome.
Squirrel. Eat it up, Jeffsy. Eat it up. That's how you do it. Oh yeah. Hey. Love that.
But before I hit any of those New England rock gardens, my trip began with a rocky start itself. My plans to go through Asheville and snowshoe changed when the weather took a terrible turn. Everywhere I wanted to go for the first few days was being clobbered with thunderstorms, up and down the East Coast. Luckily, I was able to change my snowshoe reservations to July when I'd be on my way back to Florida. So after crashing a night in South Carolina, I woke up the next day and headed to Sherman Branch Mountain Bike Park near Charlotte. But I was very disappointed when I arrived.
This place is closed.
And there's nowhere to park.
This sucks. This whole place is closed.
They close, they don't ride for 24 hours. So I kept on trucking to my next stop in Greensboro. And finally, after a day and a half of driving, I had a dry place to ride. The Wild Turkey Trail and the Owl's Roost Trail at Lake Branch in Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right. Here we go.
According to Single Tracks, Wild Turkey has become one of the most popular trails east of the mountains in North Carolina, constructed by the Greensboro Fat Tire Society in early 2008. The trails stretch across several hillsides around Lake Branch. It's true natural cross-country. It flows through the woods around the lake and provides some fun mellow descents down the hillsides. Coming from Florida and being used to trails that loop, I had to remember that these trails ride out and back, and it's not uncommon to eventually find some two-way traffic. Wild Turkey ends at the Greenway, a long straight pathway that crosses the lake. There on the right, you'll find the trailhead to Owl's Roost, another 8 miles of out and back trail continuing along the side of the lake. These trails are true cross country, where you need to use the momentum from your descents to have a chance of making the climbs. And that was definitely a challenge for me today on my new bike. But that does not mean I still didn't have a great time and crush it.
Alright. Nice.
I got an insane workout riding almost 3 hours, riding 18 miles, and climbing and descending 1,689 feet. So after crashing a night with a friend in Greensboro and making a new plan, I decided to head straight to Mountain Creek because the weather forecast was perfect in northern New Jersey. 0% chance of rain for the next few days. This is what I love about road tripping. You can play it by ear, and in this case, I'll have another opportunity to visit these places I had to skip on my way back to Miami. I arrived to Mountain Creek the day before I was going to ride. That afternoon, I noticed on Trail Forks there was a system of trails just 20 minutes away at Wawayana State Park. Such a quiet and beautiful spot. There wasn't much information about this place, so I did a loop around the lake. And let me tell you, it was brutal.
Oh my God.
So incredibly rocky on the first half of the ride that I almost quit.
Oh, here we go. We got rocks for the bike, rocks for me.
But then, on the other side of the lake, there was much more flow and defined trail. It was on this ride back where I rolled right past an adult bear. We startled each other, and I was moving so fast that I just kept going.
Okay, so I just had my first bear sighting.
I had never seen a bear before in the wild like that, so I was pretty pumped about it.
I can't believe I just saw my first bear. Wow. It was only like that far away from me, like from that tree. Like 10, 15 feet. And it was freaking big. Anyways, here we are.
The next day, I woke up and hit Mountain Creek Bike Park for the first time. Mountain Creek Bike Park is in northern New Jersey, very close to the New York state line, about 90 minutes from the city. According to the website, Mountain Creek boasts a vertical of 1,040 feet with a high-speed gondola. Mountain Creek encompasses rocky and rugged technical trails, rolling flow zones, and more than 60 jumps and features. They break up the park like this. 47% of the trails are downhill and freeride. 30% of the trails are beginner and intermediate. 45% of the trails are advanced, and 25% are expert. If I had to sum up Mountain Creek in one word, I would say steep.
This is so steep for a green. This is like...
It was definitely on the aggressive side for my first downhill park of the season. It was also the first time riding downhill on my own bike. I've always rented downhill bikes with 200 millimeters of suspension. I definitely missed the extra squish, but the Jessie was more than ready for the speed, perhaps more ready than I was. I started off with some warm-up laps on the green trails and quickly realized that these were not your normal green trails.
All right, first green trail. I've already taken a couple laps, and I gotta say, this park is a little bit on another level. Oh. Greens feel a little bit like blues, and I've already been on some blues that feel like a little bit like blacks, which is crazy. So I started the day very slowly.
And I also wasn't 100 on my suspension yet, so today was a real test.
Again, here's a green.
Overall, I definitely felt uncomfortable. This was supposed to be my second park of the week, and snowshoe would have been a great warm-up for this park. It definitely would have helped my overall comfort level.
Nice. Alright.
But for the most part, the Jessie was fine. I never bottomed out. I came close, but it never happened.
Nice. A lot of New England rock slab happening here. Whoa. Oh. Finally dialed in my suspension, I think. Sort of.
This episode is already running a little long, so I'm going to sign off. And I'll be back with more from Mountain Creek Bike Park and the rest of my trip home to Connecticut, where I'll hit some local trails and eventually make my way up to Killington, Vermont. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for that next episode.
This is the first time I've taken my own bike to a bike park. So I'm a little hesitant to really open it up. Playing with my suspension, trying to dial it in, and pretty sure my brakes are gonna be done by the end of the day. Woo! Amazing. Just like that. We're at the bottom.